Hey there, posture guys and gals, and welcome back to the show. As always, I'm your host, Justin Archer, aka the Posture Guy, your number one source on pain, posture, and performance. And I'm very excited because I have a lot of really cool stuff to share with you today. But first, before we get to all that great stuff, I want to show you the view out of the backyard where we're staying here up in northeast Vancouver Island. If you're familiar with the area, it's around Miracle Beach, Black Creek area. It's absolutely stunning. I'll show you here. Excuse me while I look down. We're going down some stairs here and I don't want to trip and kill myself. But yeah, I'm just walking across the backyard here. And I don't know if you can hear in the background some water, some little waves and everything. But this backyard backs up right up to the Georgia Sound. Got some rocks here. Magic step. And you can see, hopefully it's not all washed out by the sun. You can see the nice little pebblestone beach we got going on. See if I can give you more of a 360-degree tour here. If you can see out there, there's some seals actually right now. Yep. From the backyard you can see eagles and seals and everything. It's absolutely beautiful. I have to say, best virtual office ever, at least for me so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed the view. I just had to show you that. Oh, there's the seal one more time. But let's go up here to the little patio overlooking the sound and have a chat. Like I said, there's some really exciting stuff that I want to share with you. So if you hadn't seen I think it was last week, I was talking a lot about some exciting stuff coming up as far as the business, a online course that I'm working on putting together, and I just kind of wanted to share with you some of the things that I've learned over the last 12 years of being in the health and fitness industry, and what I've learned spending tens of thousands of hours and tens of thousands of dollars optimizing my health, my wife's, my friends, my family, my loved ones, clients, all definitely you guys are friends and family, and just learning to help people solve their problems, whether it's getting out of pain, lose weight, fight things like diabetes, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, just helping people be the best version of themselves they can be, also for other people. So you can be, the best mom, you can be the best brother, you can be, the best athlete, the best posture guy, right? So, before I started off, just working with people to get them out of pain through the use of postural exercises, and I still do that, and I absolutely love it. But there's some things that I've realized, especially over the last, I'd say, year and a half. Because if you're not familiar with, I believe it's called Moore's Law, how technology exponentially grows. Well, that's kind of how I think our knowledge is, right? Like you learn a lot more the older you get because you have a lot more to reflect on what was right, what was wrong, what was kind of in the middle. And I've learned a lot, especially over the last year and a half since my wife and I started traveling indefinitely. Not just about travel and beautiful places like we are now, but about the body. It's allowed me a lot of free time when I'm not working with people to study, to research, to test. A third of my day is spent researching and studying things. A third of it is spent testing it, and a third of it is working with amazing people like yourself. And so there's some common denominators I found. Everybody wants to get to the exercise because I think that's the sexy part of the business, if you will. Everybody wants to know what exercises to do, what order should they do them in, how's their form. And don't get me wrong, those are all very important things. But I think there's some, let's call them foundations of health that people are glazing over. And not just clients, but also health experts in the industry, chiropractors, physical therapists, nutritionists, and everything. And I think we all need to do a better job of talking amongst one another and working in conjunction. And so these are all things, again, for myself, my friends, my family, my loved ones, clients, and all that, to solve their problems, I've learned. And I want to share with you guys today and see what your thoughts are and if you're interested. So, I kind of thought of, what do we as humans need in order to survive, right? Priority-wise. Well, first and foremost, we need air, right? You need to breathe, because you're not going to go very long without breath. Most people can only go without breath for a minute or two. Some people that can hold their breath a long time, 4 or 5 minutes. You know, on the extreme, you got people that can hold their breath for 20, 22 minutes. But really after that, you're dead, you know? So you have to make sure you're breathing correctly. And the average person takes 22 to 30,000 breaths per day. Well, don't you want to make sure that you're doing that optimally, right, to the best ability that you can, so it supports all your other systems, right, because your body is made up of systems. So that's number one, is most people who come to me in pain, excuse me, let me switch hands here, most people who come to me in pain, they're not breathing correctly, you know. It doesn't really matter if they have knee pain, ankle pain, you know, whatever, fill in the blank pain, they're just not breathing correctly. Number two is that they're also usually not properly hydrated. A lot of people just go, yeah, I know I should drink more water. But let me tell you, there's a big difference between knowing it and doing it. And I've been guilty of this of myself too. You know, there's times where I'm excellent and I drink enough water, I'm properly hydrated, and I feel great. And there's other times where I'm like, man, I don't feel like 100%. Why is it? And I notice, I haven't been using my waterlogged app, and I've probably been having like 75% of my daily, you know, water requirements. And when I boost it up 25%, man, I feel amazing. And so that's the other thing, is a lot of people expect these exercises to be little magic bullets and help them get out of pain. But here's the thing, is your muscles need to be properly hydrated in order to function properly. Every muscle contraction, even this, takes water. And, you know, if you want to lose weight, guess what? The biochemical process that your body uses to metabolize fat uses water. Your brain, your lungs, bones, all of it, you know, is made up significantly of water. So you need water in your system. The third is sleep. You know, your body needs to repair. You thought I was going to probably say nutrition, and I used to think that. But here's the thing, is your body can go longer without food. It can fast with food longer than it can fast without sleep. So you need sleep. You need not only enough sleep, but enough quality of sleep. And you need to sleep in the right position. Because you may be spending 30, 45, 60, 90 minutes, whatever, doing corrective exercise that maybe I suggested or someone else suggested. But if you sleep in the wrong position for 6.5, 7, 8 hours of sleep, if you're lucky enough to be getting that amount, which most people aren't, then, you know, it's going to totally undo the work you did while you were awake and then some. So you're going to be taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So you want to make sure you're sleeping properly. The next one after that is nutrition. You want to make sure that you're eating not only, you know, quote-unquote clean and healthy foods, but you want to make sure that you're eating biochemically individualized or customized to you. Now, what do I mean by that is that, you know, you may be currently eating foods that you think are healthy for you, like eggs or peanuts, milk, cheese, certain things like that, and come to find out that you're sensitive to them and they're causing a low level of systemic inflammation in your body. Now, why does that matter to you if you have shoulder pain or back pain? Well, maybe you're structurally, one shoulder's higher or lower than the other. Excuse the camera shake there. And that's why structurally your shoulders are hurting. But now you eat a food, for instance, say milk and cereal. So you have dairy and gluten in both of those, or together, excuse me. And you have those things and your body is sensitive to them. So now you're pouring biochemically induced inflammatory response onto your already structurally inflamed response. So it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. So you want to make sure that you're eating the right foods, eliminating some foods. Again, I'm not going to get into specifics, but you want to make sure you're eating the right things, right? To help support your goals of being pain-free, you know, living an active and pain-free life, free limitations. So after, you know, all those things and nutrition, you want to make sure that you want to kind of get a hold on the mental and emotional side. Now, I'm not going to get all like, ooh, kind of on this, but I literally mean your stress. And I used to even think that this was even more important than some of the breathing and the other things. But if you don't have those other things in line and check, your breathing, your hydration, your sleep, your nutrition, it's going to be very hard to have a proper amounts of, say, willpower or knowing to do the right things and thinking clearly. And then you have to be able to handle stress. You know, I've met many people, including friends and family of mine, who are just total stress balls. And you know them yourself, and you've probably even had situations in your life that you can totally relate to. And you're just stressing so much, and that's causing pain. And the second you take a deep breath and you relax, you feel that pain melt away, and you can relax and you can sleep better. Camera 1, camera 2. Excuse the hand there. And so it's imperative that you get a hold on that stress. And I don't just mean meditation. I mean, if that does it for you, great. But I'm talking about some ways that you can really scientifically track your body's ability and your mind's ability to handle stress. If you want to do a little Googling, you can search heart rate variability training or biofeedback. Really cool stuff that I'm going to be talking more about in coming posts. So then once you have all those things in order, and I do mean in priority of those things, then you start looking at movement. And finally people are like, all right, now we're getting into the exercises. And I go, before we even get to the exercises, let's focus on how your body, your posture is organized throughout the day. So what's on your feet? Because if you're in a positive heel shoe, meaning your heel is above your toes, right? And I'm not just talking women in heels, men, we're guilty of it too. If you're wearing a dress shoe, like a loafer or something, or a dress shoe where there's a hard heel, or most athletic shoes where the heel is above the toe, that's going to have a significant impact on your posture and therefore your symptom or symptoms and your ability to perform to your optimal level. So you want to make sure that you're in the right type of footwear, or better than that, no footwear at all. Granted, I know that not all workplaces are, allow that type of thing. So you want to make sure you're in the proper footwear, because proper footwear or any footwear could either help your progress or hinder your progress. Now, or then, once you have the proper footwear, you want to make sure that you're going around throughout the day, again, with a properly aligned, kind of organized posture, and you're moving throughout the day properly, because form follows function. So if you're walking, or let's say you're standing, you're talking for 20, 30 minutes, and your hips are bailed forward, and let's see if I can get this on video here. If your hips are out here like this, and you're standing like this, well, 20 to 30 minutes of standing around talking to someone, and most people think, oh, standing's great for you. It is, if you're standing in the proper position. So if your hips are underneath of you, because you're wearing a neutral or negative heel shoe and you're doing exercises to properly align your posture, then it's great. But if you're standing like I just showed you with your hips, your center of gravity way out in front of you, that's going to lead to all types of things: back pain, hip pain, etc., etc. So you want to make sure you're standing correctly. Now, these days, most people, I should say, not you particularly, but most people are sitting more than they're standing. So you want to make sure that you're sitting properly. I'm sitting down right now, but I'm sitting in extension. I'm actively sitting. I'm not just letting my body form to this. I mean, it looks like a comfortable chair, but if I sat towards the back and let my back round, it's going to be 20 to 30 minutes tops until, I feel either my back start to kind of cramp up and ache, or for me personally, I know if I try to sit on a couch and do work on my laptop, my left trap starts to tighten up and everything. So why even go there in the first place, right? Just be conscious of how you're moving throughout the day, make the better decision, and either don't sit at all, or if you have to sit, sit actively, sit in extension. But those are all things that a lot of us were not taught growing up. I wish, we were, like we all came with a manual. So you want to make sure, again, that you're sitting properly, you're standing properly. If you bend down to pick something up, you're doing it properly, getting up and down off the ground. These are all things that just really, I find, again, are all glazed over, and they're not really coached correctly, all right? And then last but not least, now we get to, the exercising and how to pick out, postural deviations and dysfunctions and compensations. But here's the thing, is if you've done all the other things I've previously mentioned, I've noticed that a lot of those things really clear up. The symptoms, the, any type of, functional impairments, things like that, a lot of them just kind of clear up on their own because people just move better and they feel better and they have more energy and they don't feel like sitting. They feel like, actually I'm going to do it now as I'm talking to you, standing up and having the conversation with you rather than sitting down. So again, the exercise is important. Don't get me wrong, but again, I think exercises alone aren't enough. And there isn't exactly one exercise, one magic bullet. These seals are distracting me over here. One magic bullet that's going to do it for you. Every once in a while, it happens, but for most people, it's just not in the cards. In order to make significant change in your body, in your health, really in any area of life, you have to, get this, I know it's crazy, but make significant changes. So it's not just about the exercises that you do. It's about how you breathe, how you drink or what you drink, how you sleep, how you eat, how you think, feel, drive, sit, play, stand, all these things. And then the exercise you do on top of it are really the icing on the cake. And, so these are all things, again, that I've really realized over the years. I'm going to sit back down. These are all things that I've realized over the years that I really wanted to share with you guys. And the reason I'm so excited about last week and this week is I'm thinking about putting together a course about, everything that I just mentioned, because I really do believe that I can provide, 80% of the benefits and features of me working with someone one-on-one in an online course that people can go through, at their own pace. They can always call or email me for, I guess you can say customer support, a cheerleader if you need, a shoulder to cry on, or a kick in the ass if that's what you need. But again, I'm so thrilled to finally be figuring out the pieces to put together to kind of make this whole thing work. And I'm interested to know if you guys would be interested in me putting together a course like this, because I don't want to build it, if no one's going to use it. But if you guys are interested in it, or if you know someone who you think could benefit from a course like I just explained, please let me know in the comment section below, or call me, email me, excuse my pantomiming, but yeah, let me know. And if you have any ideals, and believe me, I'll be picking your brain in the near future for more of these, but if you have any ideas of what you want included in a program like that, other than anything I just mentioned, then let me know, because I want this course to be yours. It's not just about everything that I have to say. I am all ears. I think one of them, someone said it's bigger than the other. I'm all ears about what you guys want, and I really want to customize this program specifically to help you. So even if I have to do a module or a chapter just to help one person, that's great, because I know from experience you're not alone. There's things I used to think that, I'm just dealing with this. And over the years I've found that hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of people have the same thing. So we're definitely not alone in the struggle towards, or I should say struggle, or pursuit, I think is a better way of saying it, of a pain-free and active life free of limitations. All right? Anyways, thank you if you followed me through this whole video. I know we're coming up on 19-20 minutes here. Didn't mean to ramble, but I just had to show you guys this amazing view. I'll show it to you once more. It's absolutely beautiful. And I just wanted to share with you guys how excited I am to be, like I said, putting together this course. And I'm really interested to hear, your thoughts and your feelings about it. And I value your input and feedback immensely. All right. So, anyways, and also to all my clients who are watching, thank you. For giving us, this lifestyle and everything, and enabling me to help in such an important aspect of your life. I take it very seriously, and it means a lot to me. So, thank you, and I look forward to seeing you guys inside the next video. All right. Until then, take care and keep moving.